सो हेलो एवरीवन, मेरा नाम अक्षत राय है एंड आई एम अ सेकेंड ईयर अंडरग्रेड केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट आईआईटी जम्मू। और आज ये मेरी दूसरी वीडियो है यूट्यूब पे। तो कल की वीडियो में हम अपने बारे में सब कुछ बताएं। सो आज की वीडियो, एक सेकेंड, दरवाज़ा बंद कर देना चाहिए। या सो आज की वीडियो भी एक जनरल गो थ्रू है कि अभी मेरे लाइफ में क्या चल रहा है। Currently, I'm in IIT Ropar as a research intern under Dr. Vishwajit Mahendia, a professor at Chemical Engineering Department in IIT Ropar. एंड मेरा जो रिसर्च इंटर्न चल रहा है वो बेसिकली है एक स्टडी ऑफ लिविंग माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स। सो इसमें बेसिकली हमारा होता क्या है कि जैसे कि स्पर्म सेल्स होते हैं, बैक्टीरिया होते हैं, नेमाटोड्स होते हैं, पैरामीशियम सेल होते हैं। तो ये एक फ्लूइड में कैसे मूव करते हैं। सो basically we have to judge the movement of these particles and how can we use the movement of these particles in our daily life. So my main research topic is to study and find the applications of movement of living microorganisms in fluid. So when I started, I was provided with a research paper based on sperm movement and how they move, what's the physics and maths behind their movement. And then later on, I was shifted to bacteria, and my main topic is vinegar eel, and its biological name is Turbatrix aceti. So, what I am doing in this project is like जब एक like I will first explain the physics of this project. So like suppose this is a vinegar eel, okay, from this end to this end. We under microscope we can't judge which is its tail and which is its head. So we have to just see the movement, how it forms clusters and how it moves. So suppose it moves like this, okay? So you can see like it is forming a wave. So what happens is it, suppose this is its tail. So it moves up and down. And when it does this motion, then you can see the middle part of when it comes, it goes up. And when it comes down, the middle part of the body goes up. And then due to the forming wave, the upper part of the the head of the body goes forward. So what happens is this is called undulatory motion. Okay, so when a nematode or vinegar eel moves, it forms a wave, and what happens, like it pushes the fluid. Like vinegar eel, its name is vinegar eel because its environment is vinegar. That is, the eels grow in the environment of vinegar. Like we have air, our ecosystem is air. We are used to survive, and we survive in the environment where air is our ecosystem. Similarly, vinegar eels are used to survive in an environment where vinegar is their ecosystem, and they usually survive in acidic medium, which is a rare phenomena. Like most of the particles do not survive in acidic medium. Most of the particles survive in basic medium, but vinegar eels survive in acidic medium, and because they have a protective layering coat across their body, which helps them to survive against the acidic nature of that medium. They usually survive across the range of 2.4 to 4 pH. And yeah, so that was its motion, its medium, and how does it move? Like it pushes the vinegar when it forms a wave. It pushes the vinegar liquid back, and due to that force by Newton third's law, the vinegar goes forward in direction. So, what our main objective is? Like in micro channels or suppose blood vessels. Okay, so if we have to give any medicine, can we use the movement of vinegars to perfectly mix the medicine into our required receptor site? So that's the main topic of interest in my research. So what I am doing is currently I have studied the movement and motions of the vinegar eels. Tomorrow my experiment is going to start. There is a straight channel. Its dimensions are 400 mm height, 300 width, and sorry, 400 micrometer height, 300 micrometer width, and 5 of length. Okay, so these are its dimension of a rectangular straight channel. We will give uh, a fluid with our living microorganisms. We will give a continuous flow of ink, and suppose these are the two fluids. This is clear fluid and this is our ink. Okay. Suppose this is water and this is ink. So these both are going in one direction. We will flow this like this in our straight channel. And we will introduce vinegar here at the interface. So at the initial interface, both will be much more separated because they are continuous. Okay. So they will go like this. And as we observe across the straight channel, they will start mixing, and then they will form a homogeneous solution. Okay, so this is what I have to observe. Like I will give a continuous ink flow, continuous fluid flow. We will introduce vinegaries, and then we will see the effect of mixing on different concentrations of vinegar, on different flow rate of fluid. And I have introduced one activity coefficient A, like which A is equals to US by UF. US is the swim speed of the vinegar eel, which is a R living organism. We another experiment is also going on by paramecium, but my living organism is vinegar eels. So US is the flow speed of swimming speed of vinegar eels. UF is flow speed of the fluid. Okay, so like the fluid is flowing and we have the activity coefficient A. So when A is greater than 1, that is US by UF, US by UF is greater than 1. That is US is greater than UF, which implies that swim speed of vinegar eels is greater than the flow speed of the fluid, which means vinegar eel has more speed than the fluid which is carrying the vinegar eel. That is, vinegar eel can't be carried away by the fluid force, rather than it will have is its own effect on mixing. So that is one condition for A which is greater than 1. Then we will have A less than 1, in which US will be less than UF. That is, the swim speed of vinegar eel which be less than the flow speed of the fluid. So what will happen in that case when flow speed is greater than swim speed? The fluid will carry away the vinegar with itself. Its simple analogy is like suppose you are swimming in a river when and you are swimming against the river, in fact. So when rivers suppose you are swimming with 10 meter per second, river speed is 8 meter per second. So you both are swimming against each other. So what will be the net relative velocity? Relative velocity of you with respect to the river. That will be 2 meter per second against the river. Okay. So you will surpass the flow of the river. But if the river flow speed is 12 meter per second and your speed is 10 meter per second. So river will carry you out in despite the fact that you are continuously swimming against the direction of flow of the river will carry you away by a flow speed of 2 meter per second. Okay. So the same experiment we have to carry and we will see the effect on mixing of dye into the fluid. So how we will see the mixing of dye? For that, I have introduced two parameters, standard deviation and mixing index. For standard deviation, I have seen like standard deviation is basically suppose this is a plate. Okay. Uh, let me, yeah. Suppose this is a plate. Okay. And this is the entrance and this is exit. So at the entrance, we have this much of dye and this much of pure fluid. Okay. So as we go forward, they will start mixing, and at here there is a homogeneous mixture in which all have same intensity. So by OpenCV intensity measuring tool, we will uh, con- we will calculate the standard deviation at a given x. X is in this direction. So when we are at this direction, suppose at any x, I have took one reading. Okay, so this is a plate. At this plate, we have different intensities. Okay, different intensities of I like the dye. So what will happen? Suppose at here when everything is very much clear. So intensity where dye is not present is very much less, and where dye is present is very much more. And as we go forward, this difference start to reduce. So we have to calculate the standard deviation. Like what is the standard deviation? Whose formula is under root 1 by n summation I minus I bar whole squared. Okay, so this is the standard deviation formula. And by standard deviation, we will find out how much difference in intensities are still present. Like initially, standard deviation will be more. That is, mixing is not done yet. Okay, so high standard deviation value, like more deviation from mixing. Okay, and when we have standard deviation less, or when it tends to zero, then we will have more mixing. Okay, so this is what my major experiment is all about. And so from tomorrow, I'll start doing the experiment. And okay, this was all from my side regarding my experiment. Thank you.